Northfield is imagination.
Northfield is home.
In one word, Northfield is vibrant.
Northfield is a very welcoming community.
Northfield's history is really the backbone that makes it the special place that it is.
And once again, we were repelled.
Northfield is opinions.
Northfield is engaging, rich, connected, and an absolutely marvelous place to be.
To me, Northfield is cows, colleges, and contentment.
Northfield feels like my old hometown preserved.
Northfield is innovation and entrepreneurial spirit.
The sense of both preservation and a sense of progress.
It's progressive, it's got diversity of people, of ideas.
Northfield really has a lot of the best of Minnesota. We've got 2 fabulous colleges here in town, a good place to work with a high-quality hospital. We've got a high concentration of interested people working and living here in the town. Always something going on.
Northfield is alive. I founded Monster Games 14 years ago. The fact is that the 2 colleges provides a really strong draw for talent.
Northfield is very intellectual, and so those of us who like to read and research and be challenged, this is about as good as it gets.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'd say Northfield is a place for me where I've been allowed to grow into who I am.
Northfield is noontime basketball right here at St. Olaf.
And Northfield is a great place to raise a family.
As a doctor, Northfield is a great place to work and live. I made the decision leaving Mayo Clinic residency to come to Northfield, and I had never lived here except for college, which is a very different experience being up on campus. When I first moved here, it was summer, and so everybody was outside all the time in their yards. Kids were up and down with bikes, and I really felt like I had moved to Mayberry. Because I lived in the suburbs, which is a very comparatively more sterile existence. You didn't see your neighbors quite as much, and people were not out. Everyone, you work all day, you come home, and you're indoors all night. And so here it was really a surprise, a good surprise to see that people are out visiting with their neighbors, kids are around, inviting you to their backyard, and that was probably one of the joys of moving here. And I've really gotten the sense that I get to be living in the same town what they are. We're all together. We're all here together in this community.
I founded Monster Games 14 years ago, a game development company, and so we make video games for publishers. And here we have programmers and artists and designers who are working together. It's something where, it's kind of surprising. We're in a small town, kind of an anonymous office, but our games are sold worldwide. We took a map out and drew a circle radius of about an hour drive out, and we were looking for communities anywhere in the greater metro area. We're looking for places with great schools, with kind of a vibrant downtown, with kind of life to it. And so we drove to each city. And my first experience was driving down Division Street in Northfield. My wife said to me immediately, "This is it, this is the place." And one of the appealing parts of coming here was how strong the school system was. And we were looking at the academic programs in high school and offering the advanced English, advanced math, and advanced science classes, the full slate of AP courses, and finding the emphasis on academics in the school and having a path that allowed her to be able to apply to any school in the country.
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing that we had all these guys from Missouri coming back here through here in the 1870s, blowing off their pistols and robbing a bank. But in a way, it's come to to our benefit because it means that there was something of historical significance to the nation that happened in Northfield. And so people see this then as a kind of a Wild West town in one sense. When they come here, they're of course surprised to find that it's a very artistic community that has a lot of other things going on as well. But people here love history. You have a very active historical society and also very active arts organizations. So kind of a good seedbed for just this kind of festival. It's a vintage band festival that has its own character due to the fact that the instruments and the era are special, and the enthusiasm comes from the fact that you're reliving a bygone era through an art, the art of music. We're opening up the vista of history to young children, and we're allowing for nostalgia. That's probably about as good a theme of what our mission is as I've been able to ever come up with.
Perkins Specialized Transportation has been in the transportation business for 47 years. And we moved to Northfield 5 years ago. We specialize in the movement of extreme oversized, overweight shipments, primarily for the nuclear power industry, coal industry, for oil refineries, and anything that requires extreme attention to detail and engineering to move from one area of the country to the other. The day that I rode my motorcycle into town and decided to get off the main highway, I did go to the Division Street, which is the downtown area of Northfield, and I parked and put the kickstand down and sat there for a bit. And as much as I hate to use the term, since I rarely do, I had to admit it was a cute city. The day that I sat there and just took a close look at the city center and the colleges and so forth, that first impression is one that will be with me forever.
Cemetery Stories happens every full moon in October, and we have 3 good cemeteries that we can rotate here in town, and we choose a different one every year. 90% of the people that come to this event tonight are from Northfield, and they always come to special events, but they really tend to love this one in particular because it is their history in a sense, and they get to hear about, you know, Henry Budd, the barber in town, who holds a couple Guinness World Records.
668 haircuts and twice as many shaves in 1 month.
This is no regular muslin fabric.
We have a seamstress from St. Olaf. She was up there for many years, pricked her finger with a rusty needle and died 3 days later.
That's right, sir. The assassin himself, John Wilkes Booth.
And then we also have the gentleman that was in the posse after John Wilkes Booth and actually pulled his body out of the burning barn.
Austin took his rifle and fired. Boom! And felled John Wilkes Booth. I ran into the barn, and with 2 men,
all of the background research that's done for this event is done by our junior curator program, and that's 8th graders. They do all of the primary research for the people, develop the scripts that we give to the actors that night, and it's just one of our many programs that we have at the Historical Society that get young people involved in history, and it gets them really excited about their town.
When I first came to town, I found out that there was a pickup basketball game at noon every day at Carlton. The game has migrated across the river, and the game in town is now at St. Olaf at a really wonderful gym, and it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know, it's been a place for me where I can go and not be a pastor, but be a perimeter shooter. I'm 6'9". God just blessed me with an amazing game out there beyond the arc. So I think if you ask people in the community about Will and his game, two guard. It's the guy you want to have the ball when the game's on the line, from the three-point line.
It is such a blessing. I mean, we've been here for almost 10 years, which is really exciting for us to come up on that really big anniversary. It's something that my mom started sort of as a inspirational gift shop. And then once I graduated, I took over all the day-to-day stuff, so I've been doing that since 2003, you know, all the while still commuting from St. Paul. About a year and a half ago, we moved here. I loved it. In a way, the small town was sort of like an interesting other world that I never knew of, because I felt like such a city girl from St. Paul, and this was almost like out of a fairy tale or something, just cute and quaint, and you'd see all the people you know everywhere you go. And my husband and I love classical music, and Northfield really has a lot of that. And so with like the St. Olaf and their choirs, and it's like we are getting that same quality that we feel like we could go do in the cities, paired with these wonderful neighbors and a sense of community. And immediately when we moved into our new home here, the neighbors brought over cookies and wanted to have us over for dinner and introduce themselves, and it was, you know, other young couples like us. It just felt, even just in those first weekends of living here, where we would be out in the yard and hey, do you need help with something, or what are you doing, or do you want some lemonade or something? I mean, it was really cute like that.